Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is the professor with Day Trading for Success. I wanted to jump on this afternoon and just put out a video real quick now that it's officially released. I know I'd shown a proof about this book earlier from the Million Dollar Margin Club, and it was a different cover. So the cover didn't actually, I guess the cover got rejected by Amazon because of its graphic nature, which is really bizarre. So you could go back and see the other, or actually I have it like right here. I don't know if it can, this is like a proof copy. Yeah, there's like the cover. It showed like a bear like killing a bull, and on the back it showed like a bull killing a bear. But anyway, apparently that was too graphic at Million Dollar Margin Club, so they changed it, and that was the delay in putting the Candlestick book back out. Also, they have told me that they re-released Day Trading Volume 1. So this is sort of an update video for the afternoon. I already traded this morning. You'll see that video soon. But this is about just these books, because this one book, which I'm going to go through the pages, so if you don't want to buy it, I know sometimes it's hard for people, I'm going to show you the pages right here. They're allowing me to do that, which is great. But when you see it, you're probably going to want to buy it. So you've been seeing me call out the patterns more recently because of how much I use them, how much day traders really use patterns. It's not talked about a lot. They don't tell you a lot when they're showing their videos, me included, myself included. So I've been trying to call out what I see a lot more. Jeez. Sorry, I got my iced coffee here. The afternoons, it's a double shot espresso. Keep me going. I might jump on, depends on how fast I get this video done. I was watching, just a second ago, I hopped on. I was watching NVIDIA, and it just had gone straight down today. And I just jumped in real quick for a quick trade. And then it did that just before I turned on the video. I was like, I jumped right out. I had that a lot higher. And I was like, well, I don't have time to concentrate. I didn't mark anything out. So it was just a stupid, it was a lucky trade in the beginning. So I made a quick $100. But earlier today I did really good, so we'll have a video for that. Not on the video, but anyway, so this is what the cover looks like. So basically it's saying it's the Candlestick Pattern Playbook, and it really is a playbook. So this is what's inside, all the stuff. Unique Candlestick Pattern Rating System. I've been talking about the important candlestick patterns you should know, understanding candlestick patterns for any trading style, quizzes and games to learn candlestick patterns. Excuse me, and flashcards to remember. This is really cool. I think I talked to you about how this is one of my ideas for the book, how I learned by making my own flashcards years ago for patterns. And that they've come up with, like, believe it or not, more patterns, which since they were invented in the 17th century, it seems strange they come up with more patterns, but more obscure patterns. And then, of course, you have a quote here from John Bull Bear. So I think that's kind of funny. So anyway, that's the the inside. And this is the second volume 2 of the day trading series. So now we'll go right to the interior. You know, they have their legal notice. And then the other books that the Million Dollar Margin Club has, all these books now. Right now, when they put this book out, they didn't advertise Day Trading Volume 1 because it is pulled off except for the ebook. So it won't be in this book to advertise it, but I'll have a link to it here I mean, that's what the RV strategy is all about, is what kind of got them to even make more books. This was the first book they put out there. It has like a brown cover. That's the one that has the rating system for the open strategy. So what I'm going to do is I'll link all these books, including the new one, if you're interested in any of this stuff. And I think it's just they're continuing their series. And I was talking to them about this yesterday. They're pretty much set on making all the books that come out workbooks, so that have log sheets and daily planners to go with the strategies. So that's kind of cool. And we'll go show you a little bit of that too. So these are not like any other books that are out on the market. So they individualized each of these types of tradings and then put expert, world championship trader strategies in these books. So I would definitely check them out. They're really cheap. It's like $12.99, and you get a logbook and stuff too. So there's a book on just about every type of trading now. This is the table of contents for this book, and then of course the introduction, and fortuitous picture of a bull for whatever reason. I think it's about keeping the pages even. The origins of the candlestick, which you've seen that kind of stuff before. The importance of trading, different styles of trading with candles. So, they cover the basic stuff here too, till you get to the good stuff, a basic candlestick, how the rating system was devised, how it works, all the different sources used for the rating system besides the $1 Million Margin Club's the main one, but they use like everybody. You've probably heard of some of the others, anybody who's ever rated. So they basically worked with all these sources to get the most accurate you could get. And then they studied. Remember, if you like what you see on the channel, guys, don't forget to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. This is pretty much the only thing that's promoted. All the custom scripts are free on page 83, like the scalpers indicators. And then, of course, all the demonstrations of trading. We hope that you can learn the different strategies, which is the open strategy, the RV strategy, and the escalator strategy. But today it's just about this book. So, that now chapter 2 is getting into the most common patterns. And here they come. So now this is 2 pages. So they're going to show you it and then show you in a chart and then tell you the rating. So you've been seeing me call these out. So they're working on an ebook, but it might be a while before that comes out in color. Right now, they just wanted to get this out. This is going to have all the details, which way it goes and what they look like. So all these different candlesticks. So you really should learn these patterns. It kind of shows them here, which is kind of cool. And this is just the beginning of what this book's going to offer, which is really cool. So the basic patterns, how often you can expect them to be accurate based on massive back testing. And I know they took all my notes as well from over the years. And I hadn't actually rated it, but I kept track of when I saw it, how how far the move went, if it paid off for me. So then somebody else took that in the $1 Million Margin Club, and they actually put a rating along with all the other expert rating system and came up with an average. So I've never seen anything rated like this on any book. And when they were first talking about it, I thought it was a fantastic idea. And then it came down to what's the accuracy of your sources. So they basically just checked everybody who'd ever done a rating system and all the $1 Million Margin Club and all their members and how they kept track, because they're pretty serious about trading, and then put together the most accurate rating system that I believe is out there. And then they covered like every candlestick pattern there was. So there's no book like this. You can look, you will not find them. So it identifies them. I mean, this is one we just had when I was trading last week. A shooting star came up, and I said it showed you a downtrend, and I think it was at the end of a bull flag, and it showed it too. But when you see that, so it starts at the top of an uptrend, and when you see that long wick with most of the action right there, it's literally telling you it's reversing. So getting to know the feeling about seeing these, and the inverted hammer is the opposite direction at the end of a downtrend. So learning how those move and getting prepared to jump on. I feel like I'm surprised these are rated only 65. I feel like when I see this, I get it like 80% of the time. But this is based on everybody's stuff, so it's pretty serious. But when I see a pattern, I'm going to jump in and get into it. Like this doji one's 58%. This is kind of a weird. I almost wouldn't even call that a pattern, but whatever. It's there. I mean, I think people are like still making up patterns and putting names on them. They were trying to get away from that with a lot of the data that they were getting. They were like, what is this pattern? Bill's morning sunshine pattern or whatever, just weird stuff. There was like some random pattern. I'm like, guys, you're not going to put that stuff in there, right? So I think people are trying to make up patterns like people when they even, this is giving it too much credit, but when somebody finds a star, they name it, and they get that name or whatever. I think that people are trying to come up with patterns so that they get the name of the pattern. I don't know. That's all I can think about. But I would not trust Bill's morning shine, whatever it was called. And there was a whole bunch of her Bobs. There was a whole bunch of them like that. So they stuck to the well-known, and some of them are pretty hard to find. You don't see them all the time. And it talks to you about what you're looking for, what you should expect. So this is like a must-own for anybody, in my opinion. I'm excited about it. I wanted to make sure I brought it up. And you don't have to just read these and try to memorize, because what it does is Hopefully I'm going slow enough so you can take screenshots if you don't want to buy the book. But I mean, they know I do that on this channel, helps everybody from spending the money. But, you know, giving back to the writers is good too, because they do, there is a staff. So, but anyway, so we're going on with I'm surprised, actually, they're not numbered how many, but I know there is a lot of freaking patterns here. So here we go. This is the most common ones. And then the next chapter is the more unique patterns. And it's much harder to get a rating system for these. So this is what took so long, because not a lot of people could find these patterns to rate them. So they widened their net to get people that had, you know, some real old timers that get to, like myself, to get, they had, you know, had records on these patterns. And I come across these still, you know, on a regular basis. So, this one might be my favorite one coming up. Yeah, the homing pigeon one I just saw the other day. So, you know, and it did what the 67.5% of the time it was supposed to do. So at the end of a downtrend, you had it engulfing bearish on bearish, and then it turned up, and that's what they call a homing pigeon. So I just end up memorizing these. Occasionally I noticed that somebody told me that I said the wrong thing on one of my videos last week, that I called it meant the opposite of what I said. And I'm going to make mistakes like that, and I'm sorry. That's why you should get the book, not go by what I'm doing. So anyway, these are some of the more, I'm just looking like this one. I just saw this one the other day too, the rickshaw. So, I mean, and it went the way. So when you start to remember these, it's pretty key. And like I think I said, I have a whole bunch of screens around here. Then I have a whole nother layout over here. And I tape index card size that I don't have them here now because I've been past that stage. But I would tape them. The screens were high enough off the desks that I would tape the bottoms, the little cards along, so I could quickly look for reference, and I'd remember, and I'd call out the name. And then I also would go on hikes with my friends and stuff, and we would carry the flashcards because we were all into it, and we would quiz each other, you know. So you're getting physical exercise and you're quizzing. So yeah, so here's a bunch more unique. I'm trying to see. I'm kind of looking, and there's the Three River. Didn't we see that one the other day? Oh, this one I called last week. This one, the advanced block candle, was right there. You know, I was actually calling this end of it, though. I don't think I was calling that end of it, so I think I had that backwards. Oops. Oh, well. I remembered the pattern, but I think I was waiting for the move to go up from here. So I think I made a mistake there. Uh-oh. Anyway, so then after all those patterns, which is a crap load of every pattern really known, that would ever be used in day trading or swing trading, momentum trading. Then it gets into like the quiz type thing. So you'll get a chart that's set up, right? And then remember, these are two different pages. And then it says find these patterns in here. So it's done on white 50-pound paper. So if you want to use pencil on these, you know, like a workbook, you can do that. Just remember, once you mark them, that's it. Or just have a piece of paper off to the side and say you found these. And then there's a whole bunch of these, so that really test your memory. You keep doing these over and over, and you're going to learn these patterns. It pretty much covers all the patterns. In fact, I know it does, that they were found on charts. And then there's the answer key for it. So there's a couple of members right there that said there's an answer key for it. And there's circled where to find them, which is really cool. I love some of the artwork. There's a ChatGPT. Dolly is coming up with some cool artwork for these types of books. There was a favorite bar I have was underground like that was all brick when I was younger. That picture reminded me of that I love the bars that were lit with kind of the dim yellow lights that were underground and all brick. It was just such a great feeling in a bar. I'm not a drunk, but I'm just saying those are good memories. But anyway, so you can see they're all marked out. They're all called out. And it's really cool. And there's more. These are all the answers to ones I just showed you. So it's a pretty big book. Then you have a glossary of terms, just general terms that you might want to know. They're asking for your support again. Any kind of reviews are really helpful, because what that does, a lot of people don't realize. You don't have to. It doesn't have to big thing. Just go in and push the 5 stars. 5 stars make a big difference from 4 stars. So if you really liked it, do the 5 stars. If you really didn't like it, probably shouldn't review it, because we like the $1 Million Margin Club. But I can't imagine you not liking this. But what I was starting to say was that the stars, the reviews bump it up, kind of like YouTube algorithms bump up books. So, man, it would be great if a lot of people saw this book. So there's note pages in there. There are big note pages, people. Then you get into the next chapter, which is they keep showing people with the that are in the $1 Million Margin Club people. But I mean, this is that what that is? I think that looks like somebody I know, but now I'm not sure, because I don't know for sure who that is. But anyway, that could be I suppose that could be a generated picture. It just looks very familiar. And then it shows you how to use the cards. And then what I would do, now these are going to be on the backs of these flashcards. So this is basically the size they will be. Well, I don't know what screen you have, but they're like index card sizes. And the pattern will be on the front. The answers will be on the back. And what I would do is, it shows how you cut them out. I would cut the whole pages out first, and then go down to your Staples or Office Max or whatever, your local printer, whatever you have in your area. And they usually have that laminator there, and it's like, $1 a page or whatever. But I would laminate them and then cut them. And then you have them forever. And this is, again, every pattern. So you can just sit there and memorize every single pattern with your flashcards and forever. Then you have these forever. And if they put this all at the end of the book, so it wouldn't screw up the book. And you just cut out the whole pages and keep the back cover. And just in case you don't think about stuff like that, I noticed when I looked through this earlier, I ordered mine. I don't have the hard copy yet, but that it has at the end to stop cutting. But anyway, and then that's the end of the book. So guys, that's the book. I'm really excited about it. I hope you support them and purchase it, or that you use it and learn. I really want you to learn. God, I'm sorry, I got caught this coughing thing lately. But anyway, so that's pretty much all I had to say today. We'll be showing some more live videos coming up. I might jump on the video here in a second and trade a little bit more. And yeah, that's it. This whole thing was messing up my other screen over here. I don't know why, but all right, guys, I will see you soon. I hope that was helpful. I will put links to all these books on this video. Thanks for watching.